It's the real.
The title of the video has something to do with the 76ers. Obviously, a couple months ago, or a month or so ago, James Harden opted into his player option and they requested a trade. Yesterday, we got Joel Embiid on the panel with Maverick Carter.
Shout out Mav Carter.
These are the exact quotes from Joel Embiid. I just want to win a championship, whatever it takes. I don't know where that's going to be, whether it's Philly or somewhere else. It's not easy, but every single day I work towards it. He went onto Twitter and said he was trolling. Whatever. We don't talk about it either way.
My fault, but I just think that was lame as hell. I'm from the era where you say something, you say it with your chest. You know what I'm saying? The whole trolling, I know a troll. You was dead ass serious.
And there's nothing wrong with his comments. I don't think there's anything that the fan base should take from that and think like, damn, he wants to leave. But he's just literally saying like, throughout my career, I'm going to want to win a championship at some point. And if it's not here, then that's okay. Like, your superstar player doesn't essentially have to win for your city. I know you would love him to, but sometimes that shit just don't work out. Like, it's unfortunate.
I actually think it's a good point, Darrick. I think every fan base should want to win what they start, but you should prepare for them to potentially. In today's game, it was so much movement. I don't think fan bases should get tied to a player because there's a large possibility that they're going to leave. The days of like, is there a Dirk, Kobe in our league right now? Steph. No, but he's part of the
Jokic.
Okay.
Or is it too soon to say Jokic is that?
He already got that championship. He just feels like the type of dude that will never be upset with the situation.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe we misreading him because it hasn't been a world where his team has been really bad or whatever. But he feels like a one-team guy.
Giannis probably.
It felt like that for Giannis. I don't know about it.
I don't know
Giannis anymore.
Jason Tatum.
If 2 years down the line, Giannis is on a different team,
early.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Mm-hmm. If I'm Sixers fans and I'm hearing this, I'm probably starting to get a little bit worried about the situation because I would have already been a little bit like concerned with James Harden requesting out because I think that whatever they get back, it's probably not going to be like up them at all.
Norman Powell and that package.
Yeah, because they're pursuing an all-star level player for James Harden. That came out yesterday, and I just don't see a world
think you get that back,
where you're getting that back.
If he's already in that mode and you say, like, whatever we get back, it's not looking like we're going to be better than we were last season, it's already probably some, like, feeling that Joel Embiid might be gone. So now he's also got quotes a little bit behind it. Like, it could be a possibility he could be gone, too, if James Harden, it could feel like the net situation when Kyrie and KD both could get traded out.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be that fast, but I definitely don't think, I think you lose James. It's a tough situation. With James Harden, they was cool, but we didn't see nothing that what any of us up here was like, man, they're the favorites to win. I don't think anybody predicted them to be in the championship. So with them,
I had them as contenders, but not the team.
And at the beginning of the year or even when the playoffs started?
Even when the playoffs started.
They had enough talent, though, that I think you could look at some teams because just stuff happens in the playoffs. Somebody gets hurt.
Something like that always happens with this team.
And it's just like they have the talent that if they had the opportunity, they can overcome it. But they've been getting.
But we've been having this conversation with
anybody get injured this year for them though?
Joel Embiid was hurt.
Did he miss games hurt?
Yeah. Remember James Harden?
Because James Harden had that 40-point game by himself.
Okay. Yep, I'm like that.
You don't remember my line? Every playoff series, he's missed a game besides the bubble where they got swept by the Celtics. But no,
I don't know. It's kind of frustrating from Joe. I understand his perspective, obviously. But it's not like it's lack of effort from Philly side. They've had pretty decent teams around him the entire time where he's been a star player.
But unfortunately, even though Ben Simmons was a good player, him and Ben still was not the duo to like go.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel what you're saying, but I feel like that was my point to Mike. We've been having this conversation for a very long time now. Like with the this team, if they can get over the hump, they've had teams where we always like, man, this team could do something. From the Ben teams to it was just him and Ben, Ben, Jimmy,
JJ,
Tobias, JJ.
That was the best.
That was a great team, and that didn't do it. So it's like now even the Ben situation, it was like, damn, what they gonna do with this Ben situation? You win and you got James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker, Joel Embiid, and still we are having the same conversation. Everybody was saying, man, it's the Ben stuff. Okay, Ben is gone. Can Embiid, is Maxey ready? Okay, damn, they got James Harden. It's like I just don't know how many. Luka ain't finna come through that door.
They've had a string of like unlucky scenarios every single season. Part of it is Joel Embiid lack of being healthy come stretch, and part of that's probably because this man wants the damn MVP award so bad that he's like, forget the load management thing that was kind of working. I mean, the one year that I thought they were the best was the Kawhi Leonard shot.
Yes.
That's an
Yeah.
unlucky bounce, unlucky 4 bounces. And then Joel's being injured
Another
here
team
and
with
there.
Yeah.
Ben.
It's-
I think that team. That's one of my favorite teams. That team is like with those Clipper teams. That's what this reminds me of. Remember the Clippers just had a bunch of unlucky shit too because Blake and CP could just never be healthy.
Yeah.
It kind of feel like that. Doc Rivers is coach of both teams.
Doc Rivers is the unluckiest coach since 2008.
It's crazy that the Sixers did fire Doc in hopes of retaining James Harden, and he's now just leaving.
I think it was a combination of that and just because Doc has been there for the last couple of years and they haven't been able to put it together. It's like new coach. I mean, Nick Nurse is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I remember when Nick Nurse signed that, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of a weird signing considering there's a world where this team tears it down in like 2 years and you sign a pretty long contract.
He back where he was with the Raptors.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it just came out yesterday from Shams that
Daryl
Daryl Morey and James Harden relationship has fractured. So like that's actually surprising. That caught me completely off guard. They seem like they've always seemed to be tied to each other and want to be with each other now.
Probably
like,
fractured because James Harden like, bro, I want to play for the Clippers. You're not convincing me. You trying to ask for a ransom. They not giving you Paul George or Kawhi, so just trade me, bro.
and apparently James Harden took a $15 million pay cut last year.
I want to
And
reunite
now
with Russ.
That part right there just sounds so crazy.
He just said anything?
Yeah, when that report came
Give
out,
me
I was
the
just,
LA is what he said.
yeah, the reuniting with Russell Westbrook shit threw me off.
He said,
was
I
like,
always wanted to be coached by Tyronn Lue. James Harden was saying this shit with the Nets, though. Like, man, my first choice was always Philly. I never really wanted to come to the Nets. I always wanted to go to Philly. Like, I've dreamed of having a house in Philadelphia. Ever since I watched Fresh Prince growing up. I was
I don't know. It is real weird because people got on Dame's ass because he has a one team. James Harden also has a singular team, correct?
yeah, he does. And it's the
does.
Clippers.
It's just less high profile because Dame is better at this point of his career.
I also think it's because of the brand Damian Lillard just built. This is not none of this shit is surprising with James Harden.
yeah, this is like
James
the first
never said,
time.
I'm
That's what I
loyal.
was saying. I was about to say, like, how do y'all feel about that? Because we always be for like, the support of like the player and shit, but he just seemed like he's out of control with it.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
if it doesn't work, he's just like, I'm gone.
No, for
Yeah,
real.
no, that's why it's different for Dane
He's
because
just trying
it's
to
like
find
it's the
his
first time
happiness.
doing it. When you do it all the time, now it's just like okay.
But all of these players are doing it all the time. Kevin Durant just played for the Warriors, the Nets, and now the Suns. Harden went from the Rockets to the Nets to the Sixers, and now trying to get to the Clippers.
All the hardest thing was in like a 2.5 year span. So
Yeah.
that's-
Russell
I
Westbrook
seen,
just played for a handful of teams.
I seen that graphic, and I think it was like KD and all the like super teams he's been on, but it was like it only accounted for 2 rings. James Harden has a lot of good ass teams that has like that potential to be a
Damn,
champion.
that OKC big three has bounced around the league, bro.
Yeah. No facts.
All they trying to do is low key reunite.
They better get into some feeble play.
You remember that
That's the only
Shaq
way.
and Kobe interview?
Mhm.
I seen a thing that was like, what players in today's game should do it, and it said Russ and KD, and I was like, I would watch that.
Do they have like inherent beef though? Because I felt like Shaq and Kobe had real life beef with each other.
I mean,
I don't think so.
but when KD and Russ played against each other, they showed more energy towards each other than Shaq and Kobe ever did on the floor. Shaq and Kobe just had like this little media beef thing, but they played each other, fake dap. I remember on Christmas game, Shaq kind of fouled Kobe. It wasn't no big deal. Russ and KD was in each other's face.
Yeah.
I'm coming. Yeah. All the cupcake and I don't know. Maybe they don't have legitimate beef,
I could see it
but
being
because
like,
of the way the media portrayed it, it would be good to
I
see
could
them
see
sit
it
down.
being like some slight tension there. Just because, first of all, I also know that like both compete, but like Russ is one of like the extreme competitors in the league, and I feel like that's kind of like a backhand too.
They definitely cool now, but it'll just be cool to see them talk about that situation and the media making
Like
it.
similar to what Shaq and Kobe did when they
Yeah.
just sat down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could understand. Maybe they both get on there and be like, "Yeah, it was never really no beef. We just competing." And or Russ be like, "Man, I didn't know you was leaving." You know what I'm saying? It hurt me to find out you was leaving on ESPN. Or, I don't know. It's just good to have the insight.
I'm so happy we got that Shaq Kobe thing before Kobe's passing.
Yeah, exactly.
That,
And we got did we get Jordan and Isaiah Thomas too? Or
No.
No, we haven't.
No.
I don't think we were
Hell
gonna get that one. That
Hell
one
no.
also because of the era. I don't give a fuck about. I don't care about
The old
MJ
heads
versus
do.
IT or Zeke. The old heads do. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Put
Oh
that
yeah,
shit
my
on
pops I love that shit.
NBA channel or ABC channel 7 or something. Just put it somewhere with all the old heads.
Are there
Yeah.
any more beefs that
You want to see reconciled
Um,
relationships?
Was Draymond and KD one too?
They sat
reconcile?
down though
They did.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't
on
remember
Bleacher
seeing it.
Report.
It just don't
What
really
if-
happen anymore.
Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons sit down in the future.
Ooh, now that actually be a cool one. Because when you remember when the 76ers were getting eliminated and Ben Simmons was watching in his Instagram story, bro hasn't
yeah.
posted him watching basketball at all ever, but he's watching them getting their ass eliminated and posted it. That would be cool, but
That's the type of shit I'll be like, I love basketball.
I feel like that one's not even real either.
No.
Yeah, I don't think it's real.
It's so unleveled too, because Joel Embiid is the MVP and Ben is us hoping to see a glimpse of him. So it gotta kind of be like a, you know what I'm saying? Bill with Ben shirts don't even sell anymore. Those things used to move like hotcakes and sausage at McDonald's. Now it's just like a lost item. It's like a snack wrap.
Oh shit!